Hello everyone, it's Moonkin FTW with another video, and in this video I'm going to build a coaster in real life. A very small one, but one in real life nonetheless. Now, if you guys know my channel, I'm a big fan of roller coasters and I like certain roller coaster merch you can buy. I'm not a big fan of t-shirts or hats or anything like that, but I'm a big fan of, how do you say, building small models, whether it be cars or, roller coasters. And about a few months ago, I discovered Nanocoasters. These are very small miniature versions of real-life roller coasters. They're not functional, so there's no train riding, but they are relatively cheap. They're fun to build. And today we're going to build one of those. This is Kraken from SeaWorld Orlando in Florida. And I like the layout of the roller coaster, and we're just going to build it, but we're also going to modify it, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Because right now we're just focusing on the build, and it's actually not too hard to build. You just follow the instructions, you place the metal pieces where they should go basically, and you can push it down, and then there's a little metal thingamajig in the back that you kind of bend, and then it's secure in place, and you just keep following it until you covered all the areas, and you'll see the coaster coming to life, and it's actually really cool. The metal itself is also very flimsy, so you can bend it very easily, which means if you make a mistake it's easy to correct, but also if you accidentally hit it, that also means you'll bend it, but that's okay. So we're almost done with building the roller coaster. It's not that hard, again, and I think anyone can do this, even children and everything like that, but it's really fun to do so, especially if you actually ridden this roller coaster, which I haven't because it's in Florida. I live in the Netherlands, but maybe one day. Now, when this was done, I noticed that there's still some sharp edges of where the metal was cut to make these roller coaster tracks, if you will, and I'm going to cut that away because I think it doesn't look that great. So we're gonna fix just that, but first we need a cup of coffee. Nice. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we got a Dremel, and we're going to kind of, sand down or file down, whatever you want to call it, file down the sharp edges. It's really not that hard. You just look for the sharp edges, and you carefully use this machine to kind of, like I said, sand or file away the excess metal, so you don't have these sharp edges that you might, hurt your fingers on, and it just doesn't look that great. So there you go. That is all finished, and looks much better. Now, for the next step, we're actually going to decorate this little nano coaster, because while it is quite cool, the mini plateau that the coaster is on is admittedly a little boring. It looks very stale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of my hobby skills, which are newly acquired, and basically what I'm doing is I'm covering the plateau with simple glue, and then I have a mixture of very fine sand that you can get at any sort of hobby shop that focuses on making dioramas and model trains, and you take that fine sand and you sprinkle it all over the plateau where the glue is at, and as you can see, it really transforms the scenery or the environment of the roller coaster. Now, it's not going to be 100% perfect, and I know that Kraken doesn't have this basic set of scenery, if you will. If you look up pictures, it has a station, and I think it's situated next to the water as well. But this is way better than what it was, and looks way more interesting than that boring little plateau. So I'm trying to, where the supports are, I'm trying to make a little bit of a sand trail. So you got the foliage or the grass on the side, and then you have that little sand or dirt or whatever you want to call it on the the area where the supports are at. I'm trying to do that with a very fine brush that I have from car detailing, because that's also another hobby of mine, and I'm using that to kind of fill in the spots where there is no grass, to kind of make a nice combination between grass, which surrounds the roller coaster, and then sand, which is kind of under the supports, if you will. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but I think it looks quite nice. And if you compare this to the the simple blank plateau that we started with, I think this is much better, and it looks amazing. But that's just my personal opinion. I'll let you guys decide that for yourself. Now, last but not least, what we're going to do is we're also going to add some trees, because I wanted to do this as well, and there's nothing really available in this scale, so I actually bought some vineyards that are normally for a model train set, and I'm using the vineyards, like those very small trees that you for wine or whatever. I'm using that as trees, and there's also some bushes I'm trimming down the size myself, and I'm placing that all around the roller coaster. So you got some grass, you got some trees, and therefore, in that way, it looks much better, if you ask me. And yeah, let's check out the final result of Kraken. I think it looks quite stunning. I think it's very nice, very detailed. I love the texture of the grass and the sand. The roller coaster itself, of course, is super awesome. It's a classic B&M Looper. It's a floorless coaster. And yeah, genuinely proud of this one. Really cool. I love building these like mini roller coasters, and I have a few lined up as well. So a few more lined up. So I'm gonna probably make more. Not sure if I'm gonna make a movie out of this, but hey, it's really cool. So there you go. That is the roller coaster I've made. You can buy this from Coaster Dynamics is the brand, and they have a whole bunch of different ones. They have, you know, many familiar rides. So I have now the Crystal Beach Cyclone, and now I have Kraken, Kraken, and I'll add a few in my collection soon. But until then, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Moonkin FTW, and have yourself a wonderful day.